guys, welcome back. My name is Priyanka and I help you unleash the power of law of attraction and create the life that you want. So today, let's talk about how can you get rid of toxic people or toxic situation or toxic or negativity, actually a lot of negative people or negative situations in your life. Especially given in this current situation when we all are home, we all are stuck at home, we are stuck with our family members, we are stuck with our sometimes our friends if you're living with friends, or if you have the influence of people around you that could be toxic in any way. And how can you identify that if you are actually in a toxic relationship or if you have toxic people or negative people around you, and what are the effect that that person has on you, and how can you move out of those kind of situation? Now, let me tell you something. As I always keep repeating this, that everything in life starts with you. Whatever is happening to you is solely your responsibility and it is nobody else to be blamed for. Because every single person is the way they are. If you feel hurt, if you feel anger, if you feel any kind of negative feeling, it's because you have allowed those kind of feelings to reach you. But I know, as human beings, you are always not aware of these kind of situations, or you always cannot identify these kind of situations at the very beginning. Now, what does toxic relationship or toxic environment mean? It means that very smoothly that somebody has the power, first of all, to control you. Somebody has the power over you to determine the way you feel, has control over your feelings. Toxic relationship or toxic people are those kind of people who has the tendency to put the blame or make situations and circumstances like it's always your fault. Now, let me tell you something. If you are watching this video and if you're practicing law of attraction, as I always say, that everything in life starts and ends with you. So the first thing that you need to realize is always your own worth, your own belief, your own faith. Whatever thought processes you have about your own self is what creating or attracting people in your life and creating situations in your life and attracting everything that you have today or tomorrow that you're going to attract. So the first thing to realize over here is set your boundaries. I don't care who it is, with your parents, with your friends, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, daughter, husband, children, son, anybody. You need to set your boundaries, because there has to be a limit which nobody, and I literally mean nobody in life, has a right to cross. I'll tell you something, you actually teach people the way they should treat you, and that thing starts by the way you treat yourself. The kind of belief or the way actually you see yourself is what you are projecting out to the universe. And similarly, people like that keep coming into your life, because toxic people identify those vulnerabilities that are there in you. They can figure out that what is that one area which, if they pinch, is gonna trigger that kind of feelings, that kind of guilt, shame, anger, depression within you, and you might start feeling terrible about yourself. But that is the first thing that you need to realize, that those are the areas which you need to heal yourself with. That is the first trigger point. In case if anybody is able to trigger any kind of emotions within you, that means that thing needs to be healed inside you. If anybody can create insecurities within you, that means that you somewhere lack that confidence or somewhere lack that security within yourself. That is why it's getting triggered. So the thing to realize or understand here is that toxic people actually project out their own insecurities. They are actually projecting out whatever thought processes or belief system or faith they have, the way they see themselves, that is what they are projecting out. But if you are getting triggered by it, it means that there is a part of you which has not healed itself, and that is why it is getting triggered by those kind of feelings or those kind of things. So it's very important to first realize, as I always say, realize your own worth. Understand what you think about your own self first before you go to somebody else and expect them to understand you. Understand what you feel about your own self. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a very lovable person? Do you think that you deserve love? Do you feel that you can love yourself? And all these things starts with you. There are a lot of people, as I've said, in my previous videos as well, that people who manifest everything with ease are only those kind of people who have that complete faith in themselves and the universe, and it comes so easily to them. It's only because the way they see themselves. They don't, they have so much confidence in their own selves that they know that things will just work out. And I'm actually telling you, I've seen lots and lots of people like this. While people who start or who have the tendency to doubt themselves, to regret things they did in the past, regret things that happened to them, if you feel pity for yourself, if you feel angry towards yourself, those are the things actually which attracts toxic people. So if you want to get rid of toxic people, the only thing you need to do is change yourself, heal that part of your own self, and gradually you will see that those kind of people will move away. Because let me tell you something, negativity, positivity are only the way you approach life. Toxic people are only people who come into your life to feed on you. They see those, gaps that this person gets triggered by anger very easily. So they feed on those things. And if you are continuously feeding somebody or letting somebody feed from your feelings, they will keep coming back to you and keep doing the same things that they have been doing to you. So if you want to stop it, the only thing that you need to stop is stop giving those kind of energies. The moment you stop getting angry, the moment you stop reacting, the moment you stop feeling insecure, are the times when that person realizes that they are not going to get those kind of things which they have been getting for so long from you. And that is when the toxicity stops. And that is when those kind of people start moving out from your life. I have had a lot of interactions with toxic people in my life as well. And I'm telling you that from my own experiences, that the moment I set the boundaries for myself and I stopped accepting what was not acceptable to me, the day I started healing myself and the day I started focusing on what I want and the day I realized my own worth, those people automatically started moving away from my life because they couldn't relate to me anymore, as you call it, because I was not feeding them with the same kind of feelings, thoughts which they were actually getting from me for so long. So the thing to handle toxic people is to first realize your own worth and then set absolute boundaries. I know it's going to be difficult because, say for instance, if you are in a relationship for a very long time with toxic people, you get used to them, right? You love them, you get used to them, and then you don't know what to do when they will not be there. But you have to be brave enough to take that leap of faith and say that whatever comes to me after this is going to be tremendously better and much better because I deserve that. So have the courage to cut out, get over your fear. Lot of the time I have seen this when people reach out to me, a lot of people who reach out to me and ask me about, that they are going through depression or they are going through any situation. I realize the fact that it's fear which is keeping them in those kind of situations or those kind of relationships, because you fear that if this person goes, I am going to be alone. But you have to first start enjoying your own company. You should be so much in love with yourself that it draws and attracts the right set of people into your life. If you are trying to always fill a gap in your life, through someone else, then you are going to attract toxic and negative people in your life. So if you want to stop doing that, you first need to start enjoying your own company. First start loving yourself. First start healing yourself. So set very clear boundaries. That could be anything. And it doesn't matter if the other person is not at the same vibration with you. Be kind enough to your own self and say goodbye to those people. Say that it's okay, it's fine, it was amazing meeting you, but we just don't have the same kind of thought process. We are not on the same page. And that helps you set boundaries. And the moment you set boundaries for yourself, the moment you learn to say no to things which doesn't serve your own purpose, are the days and are the moments which creates your life and changes your life. And Trust me, guys, I'm telling this to you from my own experience. So it's very important to first understand that whether you are in a toxic relationship, and the first sign of being toxic relationship is, do you continuously feel guilty of something? These are the signs to look out for. Are you always feeling guilty? Are you feeling insecure? Are you always put down by people? Are you is it abusive in any way? That it always doesn't have to be a physical abuse. It can be a emotional and mental abuse as well. All these kind of feelings, that feeling of insecurity, feeling of depression, feeling that I am not enough, I am not good enough for somebody. These are the feelings. If somebody is making you feel this way continuously, that is the first sign that you are in a toxic relationship. And you need to set your boundaries right. You need to set the limitation which is not to be crossed by anybody. And I literally mean anybody or anybody in your life. Everybody should have those boundaries set for themselves. Now, when you have realized what toxic people can do, then the only thing that you need to do in order to stop those kind of situations, or stop those people from entering or hampering your life further, is stop feeding them. If somebody is trying to make you insecure about them, the first thing that you need to do is focus on yourself and heal that part of yourself which feels insecure. So if you stop feeling insecure, then there is no way somebody else can come and make you feel insecure. The moment you are comfortable being yourself, the moment you are comfortable knowing that I am enough and I am good and I am amazing and I deserve this, is the moment you stop feeling insecure. Because it's going to be the loss of the other person. It's not going to be your loss. Because if a toxic person is actually moving out of your life, it is the best thing that can happen to you, right? So you should be brave enough to let those people go, and that braveness in you is only going to come the day you realize your own worth. So the only way to play with toxic people is not to play with them. Do not let them have that power. Take charge of your power. Learn to say no. If you have been putting up with behaviors or any other kind of thing, stop doing that. You have to take actions for your own self in order to make or bring changes in your life. Now, the third part is, if you are stuck in those kind of environment or situation like that with toxic people, the thing is to not let those thought processes, or not to let those kind of feelings get into you, so that because, okay, let me tell you something. It's always said that we as human beings are always, we become what we surround ourselves with. That's why it's always said that surround yourself with positive people, with good people, as it is called in Hindi, that sangat ka asar. It's a very important factor, because the kind of people you surround yourself with is the kind of person that you are going to become. So if you are continuously in association with negativity or toxic people, you have no idea, but gradually you are developing those things as well within yourself. So learn to set your limitation, learn to say no, learn to let go of those people in your life. Be brave enough. It's very difficult, it's not easy, but you have to be brave enough for your own self, and that braveness can only come the day you realize your own worth. So guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Please, it's a request to me it's my request, if you are in a toxic relationship, do not try to make it work by giving more time or by giving more chances to such people, because it's a part of them that they have not healed. And in turn, what it's doing, it's draining you out. You need to set your boundaries. You need to move yourself out. You need to associate yourself with more positive people, with more those kind of people who align with your vibration, who realize your value, and that can only be done the day you start realizing your value. So giving time or giving chances to such people are actually wasting your own time, because people don't change. I won't say people don't change, people can change over time, but that only comes the day they themselves realize it. If you feel that you can make someone else realize anything in their life, it's not going to be possible. That is absolutely not going to happen. only way to realize is the day you yourself or the person themselves realize. Because I'll tell you something, when I was going through a very difficult time in my life, a lot of people came and told me a lot of things about the fact that you are not doing this right, doing that right, and somewhere I knew that I was not doing it right, but I still kept going back to the old ways because that realization was not coming from within. But the day that realization came from within me, that where I am taking my life was a life-changing event for me. So please do not try to change someone else. Be kind, be extremely kind to yourself to pull yourself out of those situations. And I hope, everybody, all of you who's listening to me can gather that courage to get out of toxicity, get out of negativity, and you can create the life that you want. All you need to do is be brave enough and be proud of yourself and realize your worth. Thank you guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with all your friends, family, everybody who needs to hear this today, and subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon, because every time I make a video, you will get notification. Thank you so much. And one more announcement before I go is I am doing a live session of gratitude on Sunday. It's on Facebook. The Facebook link is provided on my YouTube channel. Please go, and if you have not liked the page, like the page. And I have a lot of services that I'm offering. There's a free session as well, one-on-one, which you can schedule with me, and you can follow me on Insta as well, because I do a lot of live sessions on Insta. So you can ask me all your law of attraction questions that you have. You can organize one-on-one sessions with me. So please follow my YouTube and Instagram channels, which the link are provided on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. See you all again.